Now, students, I entered into the next program. That type of program they ask you in the interview because it is fundamental. The first type of program can write by anybody because by the help of the third variable, I can swap the two numbers. The next question is how it is possible in Java without the third variable you can swap. That is the question. Now, I just write the code. You please check here what actually happens. I just write here same way notepad. There is a swap to dot Java. You see, these are very fundamental questions, and when you are facing an interview, this type of questions you anticipate from them. So this is the fundamental part. You face the questions from the fundamental part. You face the questions from string. You face the questions from array. You face the questions from data structure. So every part I can show you how they will ask you the question. They never ask you the questions by the help of the third variable how you swap. They ask you the question without the third variable how can you swap. That is the question. Here you see, I just write here, same thing I did. I just write import, that is java dot util dot, that is scanner. I just do one thing, I want to take the input from the keyboard by the help of the scanner. Here you see public class, that is a swap2. I just pass here. Swap2 is the name of the class. I just write here find public static void main. There is a string args. The similar type of code I have to write. What I can do, scanner s is equal to new scanner, which I pass, that is system.in. This line is used to take the input from the keyboard. What I can do, system.out.println, which I pass, I just write enter, that is the first number. Yeah, you see. What is my next job? What I can do? I enter the first number. You see, int num1 is equal to, that is s dot next to int. Fine. This line is used to take the input from the keyboard, or whatever the input I entered by scanner object, that is assigned to num1. I just do one thing. I write here system.out.println. Here you see. What I write here, enter, that is a second number. I just invite to enter the second number. After enter the first number, I enter the second number. Int num2 is equal to, what I can do, s dot next int. The second number I enter from the keyboard and it is assigned to word num2. Same way, I write the code system.out.println. Here you see, there is before swap, the num1 value is here you see, num1 value is plus num1. Anyway, then after that, value of num2 is, the value of num2 is plus num2. Over. What is my next job? I am not use the third variable. Like in the previous case, I am using the third variable, that is temp. Here, you don't have the requirement of the third variable. It tells that how it is possible in Java, you can swap two numbers without using third variable. What I can do, num1 is equal to, take an example, if I entered num1 is 10, num2 is 20, then what I can do, num1 is equal to, that is num1 plus num2 over. Num1 value now is 30. I use the num1 value is 30. Then num2 is equal to, what I can do, num2 is equal to num1 minus, what I can do, that is num2. Can you tell please what is the value of num2? 20. Now num1 value is what? 30. 30 minus 20 is what? 10. Now num2 is 10. Yeah, you see. What I can do? Now num1 is equal to, what I can do here? Now num1 is equal to num1 minus, num1 minus num2. Now num1 value is same, 30. 30 minus 10. Num2 value is 10. Now it is 20. Now, what I write here, system dot out dot println. I just print the value. That is after swap. Here you see num1 value is what I pass here plus num1. Here you see that is the value of num2 is what I can do plus num2. Anyway, end of the block, end of this area. A simple code I write. By the help of this, I show you how it is possible that you can find out the result. Now check here what I can do. I just compile the code. Here you see the same code, but here the result can find out without the third variable. See, the first number I entered, that is 15. The second number I entered, that is 25. Now you check, I'm not use the third variable. Here I'm not use a temp, but I write the logic to find out or to swap the two numbers without the third variable. So they ask you this question. This is the question. For this question, I am explaining the previous one because previous one can be written by any programmer. When you started the career by the help of the third variable, anybody can write the